I might be, Dan. You wouldn't know. Nobody on the internet knows that you're a dog.
Everyone knows that we're all just part of the same beach.
Oh, yes, honey. Oh,
We're all just grains of rice in the beach.
Welcome to the first episode of wecouldcast.
Welcome back to wecouldcast, everybody. I don't know why you came back after that very first episode of us talking about nothing, but here we are. I'm Steven, I'm co-host. Dan. That's Dan across from me.
I'm Tyler.
What? Definitely
what just happened?
And who's this third guy? Is this Dan or Tyler?
What the hell? I don't know who I am anymore.
Are you Dan or are you Tyler?
We're having identity crises.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Oh, my name's Jim.
No, but for real, I'm Tyler.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Jim.
And Jimmiel is the thing to call today. Mr. Jim Jam. Definitely not Dan. But I'm going to call him Dan for some reason. Because I'm an asshole.
And you'll never know the real name.
So, everybody, we're sitting down, and I've been thinking this week, we were talking about the improv thing, how we could just drop topics on each other, and we just had to deal with it. And I was... Yeah, it's going to be great.
Feel that anxiety kicking in.
Dude, I've had the anxiety all fucking week, because I was like, I came up with the idea, I should probably just kickstart it. And I was like, what could I drop on us for our very first episode? And I thought, we're running a podcast, and nobody knows who we are at all. And I thought, we could retell stories and all this stuff that we already know about each other, but we could bring to a public audience, and it would be good content. So I thought, for a topic today, tell me a little bit about yourselves.
You're such an asshole.
Oh, God. How much? What are we talking about?
I'm 5'9". My blood type is O positive.
No, I was thinking exactly that high school shit.
Yeah.
But obviously we're three friends, we're talking to each other, so we could be a little more in depth, not I live at XYZ, come to my house and kill me. Really just Gavin my ass.
Yikes. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I was thinking that would make some good content and a good episode, so that people know why should I fucking listen to these jackasses? I already listened to that first episode for some reason.
Should.
I think it'd be great, baby boy.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know when that bit's gonna die, and I'm probably gonna get rid of it soon. So, let's see. Who should lead off with
Probably you, since it's your idea.
I think me, because you don't want to do it. All right, I'll set. I guess I can set a template. A standard. Don't let me.
It's gonna be a pretty low standard.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not leaving the word cunt. I'm keeping that shit in.
Oh God. Well, yeah, but you would beep the word from last week.
Oh well, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was derogatory or not, so I cut it.
Yeah.
I mean, so is all right.
Well, I don't know. Listen, what do you want? What do you want from?
Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your interests, your hobbies.
Who am I?
You are you. Describe yourself in a simple and yet refined
Scrubs reference for everybody.
Oh my God. I just thought it could be worse. We could describe ourselves using the alphabet.
All the way?
All the way.
Holy shit.
Except for X. I don't really think you can do anything with X.
Xylophone. I like xylophone.
What the fucking xylophone? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Shit, the only word that came to mind was xenophobic, and I'm not going there. No, that does not describe any of us.
No, let's see if I can start it. I'm going to start with letter A. Letter A.
I'm not doing the alphabet. I don't know enough letters.
Dan, do I have to send you my kid has probably an A to Z book by Dr. Seuss.
No, I'll just Google all the letters of the alphabet.
Sounds good.
Can I get a comprehensive? And it'll give you the kanji from Japanese.
So we're doing Greek or Roman?
Ooh, How about Greek? I definitely know Greek words in Greek.
Yep.
100%.
Beta.
I am an alpha beta male. I am a switch, top and bottom.
What? All right.
No, let me think. Let's learn some about it. So, I am Steven. I live here with Tyler. Tyler and I are roommates. It's great. Hi, Steven.
Hi.
I was an alcoholic.
To put it into context for people, I have known Dan for a long time.
God, do you want me to do the math while you talk? Okay.
Since like 5th grade-ish. And then I've known Steven since 6th grade. We're approximately 28 years old. Don't know if that'll need to be censored, huh? But
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
okay.
I think like names of locations would be censored.
okay, that makes sense. So like 14 years?
Well,
No, more than
I
that.
think it's like 16 or 18.
Yes, it's definitely close
Oh yeah.
to, because I've said it before. I think we've been friends for about, at least Tyler and I have been friends since 6th grade. I think you're 12 in 6th grade, so 16 years.
Yeah.
You and Dan,
17 years.
Yeah, 17, 18, yeah.
You turkey boys.
Woo! Those were the days.
Yep. I met Tyler 6th grade when we were going to school, and I was out in the playground
Yo.
playing a Game Boy Color. I think I was playing The Legend of Zelda story, or
Is,
story season.
either Oracle of Ages or Oracle of Seasons.
I believe it was Oracle of Ages.
Yeah.
It was definitely Ages. I remember having Seasons and I lost it. So I was sitting on the playground and I was playing this, and I'm a fucking loser and have no friends. So I'm just sitting like near the monkey bars playing my Game Boy, and this fucking nerd with a scar on his face comes up to me and says, "You playing Zelda?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm playing Zelda.
Fucking love Zelda.
Zelda's great." And then he's like, "Here, let me show you how to beat things." And I was like, "Okay, I'm fucking trash."
They used to have, they had this book that was a strategy guide, but it looked more like a storybook back in the day, and I used to own it. And it had both it's the guide to both the games at the same time, like it was a flip book sort of thing.
Okay. Was it like you got halfway through and you flipped it upside down and then?
Yeah, and then it would be on the other side. I literally read the thing front to cover multiple times.
Really?
Yeah, like I knew where everything was at. I was a huge nerd for Oracle of Ages.
Yeah. When you took my Game Boy from me and I just watched you go through it, I was like, how does he know?
I just know.
I took me like 12 years to figure out where to get rupees from.
Memorized maps and memorized.
I've never read a book in my life.
The college graduate of us three.
Right. The most educated, and yet somehow the least educated.
Hey, easy.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. So he took my Game Boy and I watched him play, and then I got through bosses, and I think I beat the final boss by myself when I went home as a kid. And I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to tell my friend." And then he was like, and my friend was like, Mr. Tyler was like, "Oh my god, I had other friends that play Yu-Gi-Oh!" And I was like, "Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh!" And then I think we talked about like Exodius or something, and I was like, "Here's Exodia." What?
I personally didn't. I never got huge into Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, the rest of them did. Yeah.
I remember somebody told me that CJ had the guy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and somebody told me he had something to the equivalent of Exodius, or Exodia. Yeah. Or he had Exodia, and I was like, "Oh my god, he has Exodia." I saw that on Saturday night television or Saturday morning television.
Yo.
Get ready to do.
Are Saturday morning cartoons still a thing? Do those still exist?
I can't imagine they're like what we used to watch.
I mean, probably not. Not to the same nostalgic value, but
no. I don't know. Dan, what does your sister watch in the morning on Saturdays?
I don't know. I mean, she's part of the whole, like with online stuff. Like she watches a lot of YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that. I don't know. I haven't like asked her what she watches in the mornings, but I know she used to watch like the Boomerang channel, which has a lot of the stuff we used to watch.
Classic.
Yeah. So
have you watched Boomerang recently?
No, is it all the stuff that like she
we
should have been watching when she was a kid instead of our stuff?
Well, yes, but it has.
Put on in context, my sister is now entering 6th grade, so that kind of tells the age difference.
Show how old we are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I watched Boomerang I think it was last year. I have live cable again now, but I want to say I saw like you remember? Do you remember Dexter's Lab?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was old Dexter's Lab, and then like there was some season where they shifted artistic design, and it was like more colorful. I think it was made for HD, and I think Dexter had like one button or something.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the newer Dexter. I saw that on Boomerang. Not the old episodes, the newer episodes of Dexter's Lab.
I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like,
But I don't think
know.
it was that long ago.
Right? Yeah. I don't know when that new season would have happened. I only watched maybe an episode or two of Dexter when I was a child. I did not watch a lot of cartoons.
For reference, Tyler did not have cable growing up.
Yeah. No cable, no satellite. All cartoons were essentially through VHS tapes. Had pretty much the entire Disney setup,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, not a whole lot of like actual TV shows.
Didn't you have like a bunch of SpongeBob? Because every time you watch SpongeBob, you're like, oh, I love this episode.
Yeah, we had like 4 different DVD sets of SpongeBob. It was good. It was good. We watched a lot of SpongeBob growing up. So I've seen at least most of the older stuff. I know there's still a few episodes I haven't seen, but the newer stuff I haven't really caught up on.
What about Dan?
In terms of like TV shows.
Yeah, like what? I guess now we're talking about like nostalgic old TV shows.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Tyler. At some point, like I didn't have cable for a while growing up. I think it was maybe I want to say like 3rd grade, 4th grade, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I remember coming home one day and my mom was like, "Oh hey, by the way, we have cable." And I'm like, "Oh okay, cool."
Cool.
And I didn't really understand like what the big deal about it was. And she all of a sudden like I turned on TV and saw all these cartoons. I was like, "Oh okay, this is all right."
Okay, I fuck with this.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty much all the same stuff. Whatever was on Disney Channel or Cartoon. It was actually a lot of Cartoon Network. I wasn't a big. There was very few shows I would watch on Disney. There's very few ones I would watch on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what between all three of us, I'd say the big 3 like kids show channels were like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and the Disney Channel.
Right.
I was definitely a Cartoon Network kid. What about you guys?
I would have to say I guess more Nickelodeon in a way. I mean, mostly with the whole SpongeBob bit.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, like now looking back, I definitely would have enjoyed Cartoon Network more. But just the access that I had was probably more Nickelodeon.
Because I'd say now, like when we watch Hulu, like all of the cartoons are from Cartoon Network.
Oh
like,
yeah, Adventure Time, Chowder,
Gumball.
Gumball. Yeah,
Oh my god,
regular
Gumball.
show.
Regular show. It's good shit.
Yeah.
And then Dan, you said Cartoon Network or
Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about like a favorite show? What was Daniel's favorite show growing up?
Oh god.
Like,
there's a lot.
I mean, you can even use Toonami like that. I'd say that counts.
Yeah.
Toonami wasn't until later on because we only had the one TV in the living room, and that was downstairs, and both my bedroom and my mom's bedroom was upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really until after my mom got married and we moved out of the country and had multiple TVs where my bedroom was in the basement. There was a TV down there.
Mm-hmm.
I would go watch Toonami down there. But a lot of times it was like if she was at work and I was home by myself before she got married, it was a lot more of not quite like the young Cartoon Network shows, but not quite Toonami, because there was kind of like an age bracket that they had at certain times during the day.
Right. Yeah.
Do you mean like an age bracket, like mom set up parental controls, or just like
like
as the programming went on?
Yeah, Cartoon Network kind of from what I can think back now, I can definitely tell that they have like an age bracket of like these kids will be watching during this time, so we'll play more of like the TV 13 versus TV Y7 at certain times of the day.
Right. Yeah. I think I want to say it was like past it was either 8 or 9 o'clock is when they would switch over to kind of more the like the Adult Swim sort of style.
Mm-hmm.
When like Afro Samurai and stuff would start popping up on there.
I think that was Adult Swim.
I think so. Yeah.
I think Toonami, the goriest they got was air quote 4 kids version of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. I think I never personally watched it. I think Yu Yu Hakusho was back or was on Toonami as well back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
on
it was-
Toonami. I think it
yeah.
was just at the censor.
Right.
And I think Toonami was technically the first anime that I watched.
Hmm.
Not that I got really into it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the first, like, I watched a few episodes and that was like my first, I don't know, introduction to it, I would say.
You said what was your first anime?
Whatever one you guys were just talking about.
Oh,
I'm
Yu Yu
blanking on it.
Hakusho.
Yeah.
I thought you said Toonami was your first anime.
Oh, I might have. I don't know.
Your first anime source. It's
My
kind
first anime source, but Yu Yu Hakusho was like the first like one that I can remember watching even like one episode of for anime.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of anime on Toonami, but it was a lot of I would watch Dragon Ball Z, and I would watch Yu Yu Hakusho, Outlaw Star,
Oh yeah.
and Gundam. Those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rurouni Kenshin was one too.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, totally
That's a-
classic. The
The-
red-headed samurai.
Hmm.
The one that I absolutely missed that I wish I could find again is Zoids.
Dude, I have been looking so hard for Zoids. I don't understand. I have Google Play movies. I can put it in my watch list, and I have for Zoids, and it's like we know what Zoids are. They are not here yet, and you cannot buy the seasons.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
But
everywhere I look, you
Vacation.
can't find it.
You might have to like do like some outsourcing or something like that. Like get like a rigged copy from Japan or something.
You're not talking about pirating, are you?
No, not
How dare you?
like having it's not pirating. Like still buying it like from Japan,
Mhm.
but essentially like having to figure out your own language translation on it,
Oh,
rather than having it automatically subbed.
yeah. They
um,
might not have it subbed out there.
Right, and that's
Oh,
what I
it's
mean.
not
Like
subbed
you-
in English.
right, you'd have to figure out a way to do that or something like that. Get a translator or start learning Japanese or something. I don't know.
Hire somebody to fan dub it for you. Just pay
Exactly.
them $800 to dub your like season 1 of Zoids.
I don't know, man. I do remember my very first episode of anime was Dragon Ball Z. It was the episode where Krillin and 18 were fighting. Is it 19? The larger, the green
green?
shelled, and
Yeah.
there. Yeah, and they were trying to get to the self-destruct button or whatever to try and finish him off.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember that as like my very first like introduction to anime.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tension between the two. Funny ass episode, but yeah, I just remember. I think it was at a friend's house or something. I don't remember where I saw it. All I remember is looking at it and being like, "This is awesome! I can't wait to get back into this and figure out what this is."
I just thought they were cartoons.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't know they had like a whole name, like anime.
Hmm.
The first episode I can remember for Dragon Ball was, I want to say it was the actual first episode
Nice.
with Goku fighting his brother Raditz and his son, obviously Gohan.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he was like trapped in the pot or whatever.
Yep.
And that was my first episode, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I really like the Goku guy. And then fucking beam cannon, and I was like, well, that's the end of him.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Because you're a kid, you don't know what fucking Dragon Ball Z is.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, is that the end of the
he's
story?
dead.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to watch a fucking show about this Piccolo guy who gives a crap about a green man.
Dan, you remember your very first introduction to anime?
It was very first episode was the Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, okay,
But-
okay, nice.
I don't know if I know the one that I actually sat down and watched. Like, I think Dragon Ball Z would be that one.
Mhm.
Just
Okay.
because me and one of my old friends from elementary school, him and I would watch that all the time right after school.
Mhm.
Because it was on, like, if we ran home, we were there 5 minutes before it started. I don't know. I think I would have to say that was probably my very first introduction.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
then I didn't really keep watching anime as I got older, though.
Mhm. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Out of all the three of us, like, I guess I never put it together that, like, obviously Tyler and I watch anime. I don't watch nearly as much as I used to. But out of the three of us, Dan doesn't watch anime. Instead, he watches men hit each other for a ball, and I do it too. But not as I don't follow it with the faith that Daniel has.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some that I'll watch. Like, one of my favorite ones, and it's like really cliche one to say, is Full Metal Alchemist, and it's Brotherhood.
It's a
I'd
good.
rather watch
Right.
Brotherhood than the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know, my fiance watches anime more than I do, but when she's watching it, I'll watch it with her.
Mhm.
But there's some that I'll watch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes it's tricky trying to find one that like really clicks like into your interests and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're a lot more picky than others as well.
Yeah.
And I think another part of it was that I got more into like comic books and stuff. Not necessarily actually reading comic books. I was more into the comic book area than anything.
Right.
Mhm.
I think
Or-
that kind of filled that void that some people had.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
the
just had
DC
American
slash
anime.
Marvel.
You can't tell me that DC and Marvel, if you read like the old comics, they're so over the top and all that shit. It's just anime, but like 30 years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you
like
count Astro Boy or whatever.
one of the first ones was called West Coast Adventures,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a bunch that I had found from my uncle's stash of comic books, and it was like it's weird because like you watch the Avengers movies now,
Mm-hmm.
and this is there's so many different timelines in Marvel and DC, and this was a completely different one. So I'm sitting there watching the movies now, remembering the comics that I read, and I'm like, well, this isn't what happened. Are they starting? But then there were things from West Coast Avengers that happened, and I was like, wait, so is this gonna happen? And then yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's so many adaptations that they're doing out there. I mean, they've got an adaptation of like number 9 for Batman now with Robert Pattinson coming out.
I heard about that.
From what the little like bits and pieces I've heard from like people talking, YouTubers talking and such,
Mhm.
that it does look like he's gonna do a really good job with it. It's supposed to be really, really dark and edgy in a way, but
Batman.
that he's been doing a pretty good job from what I've heard anyway.
That's good.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know
so.
much of his work though. Well, I mean,
It's
maybe-
It's supposed to be more detective like than go beat him up like, I think,
Right,
from what
yeah.
I've understood.
a little bit less. My parents are dead, and a little more like this is
The
what-
forensic
something I can watch.
science
I
behind it.
think so. Yeah, because in the trailers, like he's there with the cops and everything at the crime scene, like investigating the crime
Oh,
scene.
interesting, cool.
Yeah, and like in the other movies, I don't ever remember him really being there with the cops aside from talking to Commissioner Gordon.
No,
Right.
he's always running from the cops.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you're doing our job better."
Yeah,
It's the Batman.
so- And I
With
think
your- with your
he's
Bat magnifying glass.
I
It's
think
got
he's
bat wings.
quite a bit younger in this one.
Yeah.
Really?
I think he's not like, I want to say he's like early 20s in this one.
Yeah, like
Weird.
if Christian Bale were like 30, I would say 30s to mid 30s, he'd
Mhm.
be more like late 20s probably.
I always imagined Batman was like 35 to 40
Hmm.
in my head. He was always somewhere in that age range. And then there was Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond, where he was
Oh.
was a 16-year-old high schooler,
Yep.
Yeah.
and that was such good animation. It was such a nice, because I'm sure you guys have watched the old animated Batman.
Yep.
And that was a really nice brother project or sister project, whatever, to the old Batman, and it was so good. I can get it on the Google Play Movies,
Awesome.
so I might one day. It's just buying a movie is a few bucks.
Mhm.
Buying a season is
Oh,
$45.
Yeah.
So it's a bit harder, just a little bit. But back to the Dragon Ball, when you guys were talking about Dragon Ball Z in the
yes.
episodes. I remember when I used to live one of the many apartments my mom had us live in. There was a kid on the block, and we're gonna call him Dave. And Dave, the very old-sounding 9-year-old, him and I would play all the time. We'd hang out outside. We'd go fuck around in the playground, or I don't know. What do you do when you're 9? You rub dirt on your face.
Play with sticks, beat each other up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You start basic battery.
Yep. Yep. I mean, I've been told that's not how most childhoods went out, but that's how mine did.
Dude, we got hockey sticks. We fucking hit each other. I remember we bashed sand at this one kid, or maybe that was just me, And then he went to get his mom, and we saw her. And so we started sprinting to our house, and she caught us. Except I'm pretty sure it was just me, and she just caught me. Because I saw her ass, and we like made eye contact, and I fucking dropped the bat, and I just started running. My little 7-year-old legs couldn't keep up with 32-year-old whatever the fuck meth head. But anyways, back to Dave.
Yes.
Dave, I would get home from school, and we lived out of town from where I went to school, so it would take about like 30 to 40 minutes, whatever. As a kid, it seems like 3 hours to drive home. And when I would get home, he had already been home from school, all that shit, and that would be about the time Dragon Ball Z would come on, and I would always miss that episode because I wasn't home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to catch like the second episode, or I think there was like a program in between, and then it would come after. I don't remember the exact bits, but I would go to his house and knock on his door. Before cell phones, look out, Gen Z and millennials. Before cell phones,
We're millennials.
are we?
Yeah, we are.
I know.
Anyway.
Yes, we are millennials. I think people up to 35 are millennials now. But anywho, I would go to his house, knock, knock, and his mom would come out and I'd say, "Hey, could Dave come out to play?" And she'd be like, "Hold on, let me check." And she would walk into the living room, and he would be. I never saw because I never went to his house, but I would assume he was just sitting on the floor watching DBZ. And then his mom would come to her and be like, "Sorry, he's watching Dragon Ball Z right now." I was like, "Okay." And then I would go to like a different neighbor kid's house and see if we could all hang out. And so I think I would hang out with Dave. It wasn't immediately after I got home. I think it was about 45 minutes to an hour later. Because like when you're a kid, elementary school,
Right.
you don't really have homework. You kind of do it at school, and you go home and you stick your thumb up your butt and play Game Boy.
Color this drawing. Put it in.
What's 4 times 1?
Good job.
Oh my god, teaching a kid, dude. It's like, wow, I was this dumb.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, Dan.
Well.
Hi, welcome back to the first episode of... I just hang up on Dan and just keep recording.
No, I remember those days. I remember struggling with 3/6 and trying to simplify that. And like, I sat there for 10 minutes.
It's because it was a 3.
Yeah, and like...
Because 3 is so fucking weird.
Yeah, my brain just couldn't process it. And the teacher's just like, it's 1/2. And I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. I'm gonna go cry at home now.
I'm gonna sharpen this pencil and stick it in my neck. Holy shit.
But yeah, so Dave, DBZ.
Dave DBZ. So I would have to wait about an hour to hang out with Dave. And yeah, we'd go do dumb shit. And I always got in trouble with this kid. Like, I think I was 2 or 3 years older than Dave. Like, I think I was, I want to say like 4th or 5th grade. And he was maybe like 2 grades below. So he was like, he was just old enough not to be like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd hang out and we'd always get in fucking trouble together. I remember this one time we came across what was it? It was one of those little putt-putt things where like you're a kid and you sit on this dumbass thing that your mom builds from Walmart and you put a battery in it and you can like drive it around at 1 mile an hour.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But this one had a bunch of bells and whistles. You could push buttons and it made like cow noises and all this shit. And we were like, oh my gosh, somebody left this out here. Let's fucking destroy it.
Oh my god.
It wasn't let's play with it. I think I hit one of the buttons and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then who was 2 years younger than me was like, let's destroy it. And I was like, yes.
You mean Dave?
What did I call him?
Don't worry about it. His name's been exposed now.
So anyways, I was hanging out with Craig. No, Trent's the guy at work. I fucking... Anyways, so Dave, not Craig or Bill. X. Me and X. I just remember destroying it, and I have 2 memories after that. Me grabbing the handlebars in my denim jacket, my jean jacket, and chucking it all like across this like grassy field, and it just like tumbling, and then I think we kicked it a couple times. Maybe we hit it with some rebar we found,
Jeez.
and it destroyed it. And then I went home, and my mom had another mom come to our house, and you can kind of guess what happened.
Yep.
She was like, "How the fuck did you do that? Why the fuck did you do that?" So yeah, I've been a delinquent since like 2 years old. How's it going?
I know.
I'm a fucking delinquent. I am not single. So try again.
I am not single.
I am certainly not single. So keep your thirst to yourselves. I know you want all of this delinquency.
Yeah, we were dumb growing up. We've got a million stories we can tell.
Oh yeah. And we
Like-
can retell them
Oh yeah.
because it's a podcast, so we can be like, yeah. So here's my dipshit ass.
Yep.
But no, back to tell us about yourself.
We're still going at that.
We are. No,
Are we still on you?
We're technically chipping away at it, all three of us.
Yeah.
I like anime. Tyler likes anime. You like anime, and then we kind of delved into it. I was a delinquent shithead child. What were you two?
Oh, goody two shoes at heart. Always have been, always will be. I am a sweetheart, except for when I'm a total asshole. Which I mean, it's sporadic moments where it's just all of a sudden I'm just a really big piece of shit, and then I'm like, oh, but you still love me, so it's okay. And it just kind of makes up for it.
Tyler lures us into a false sense of security, and then he abuses us. Whoever hears this podcast, please call the police.
Let's go the police.
like literally, like, I don't know, it was like a month or two ago. Just woke up, saw our cat Piper sitting next to Steven, and I just decided to spray Piper and Steven at the same time. We're just like, I don't know why I did that, but it was funny as hell.
There's oh my god, I'll never forget when I chucked a ball of yarn at her.
Yeah.
Like a full ass 16-ounce ball of yarn. She was,
Poof.
yeah, I think she was meowing while I was knitting or crocheting, whatever. And she fucking, I don't know if she meowed or she just looked at me like, hey. And I was like, fuck it. And I fucking hit her and I made this little noise.
No, we love Piper.
Oh yeah, she's a great cat. She's well loved. I just cut her nails, so she's a little mad at me, but it seems like she's forgotten because
Yeah.
she's hanging out with me now.
Yeah.
Well, that's also because she's stupid.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love her, but she's stupid.
maybe that's why my daughter loves me.
Oh. Oh.
That is 2 layers of sad. No, she's a smart kid. I love her to death. But
Wow.
kids are aggravating.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Love her to death. But sometimes I want to jump out a window. So Dan,
Describe your sort of childhood.
yeah, describe yourself. How were you as a kid? Like, were you a delinquent? Were you a church boy? Were you really good until you weren't?
I
Which is such a weird thing to say. It's like, yeah, I'm good until I stab people. Otherwise, I'm really nice.
Paragon. Renegade. Paragon.
White trigger.
I don't know. I wasn't like a full-up delinquent, but I wasn't a goody two-shoes either. I mean, so like, since my mom was 16 when she had me, the first 2 years we lived with my grandparents, obviously, and then after that, obviously I don't remember when I was 2, because,
Oh, you don't.
shut up. You don't remember when you were 2 either.
I remember coming out the stomach. I was like, good, great.
Existence is pain.
George Washington was the first president of the United States.
Oof.
So Dan lives with his grandparents, and he stole from meat markets to get by.
Definitely sold for meat markets.
I'll play a little sad piano music behind this.
All right, good.
You get to you can pick the piano, and we'll just call it sad.
Oh, Jesus.
Teen pregnancy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was really sad. We had to live with my grandparents because we couldn't afford anything.
Anyways, continue. Dan.
Continue on.
No, I mean, I wasn't a delinquent growing up. I mean, I got into some trouble, but nothing terribly huge.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I mean,
Just say it, Dan. Just say it wasn't as bad as.
no, like
Call me out,
I,
asshole.
I'm kind of in between you guys with that. I would say,
Dan's the middleman.
like,
Yeah.
well, like, because I mean, my mom would come home. I'd be by myself after school for a few hours because she didn't want to pay for daycare, or she didn't want to have a babysitter when I was like 10.
That was the norm back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did your
Oh,
parents
yeah.
just leave you alone for
Just
like 10 hours?
gone for
Yeah.
I mean, not days, sometimes days.
Sometimes days.
But like my house was also the house that like all my friends in elementary school came over to because there was no one else there to tell us not to do something.
Okay.
You know, so
little third grade Jimmy brought over some weed, and
definitely no. I mean,
No,
your hand's big enough for a bowl.
like everybody has that that one house that everybody goes to.
Mm.
Mine was not that house.
No.
No, I have a very large family growing up.
Yes.
I mean my house, wherever I was, my house was kind of always that house. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You were
But-
like on Central.
The
Yeah,
hangout,
pretty much.
or as a lot of kids would say, the spot.
But like, I mean, that got us in trouble sometimes because there's no adult home. My mom would come home to see a pudding handprint on the ceiling because I was crawling around on countertops eating pudding and bracing myself on the ceiling.
I
That's
don't
amazing.
think we told that story on this podcast. Was it the last episode, or did we not talk about that?
Which episode or which conversation you talking about?
The pudding. I think we talked about. Was that in PSN or was that here?
We've never talked about the pudding before.
Dan, tell the pudding story.
Pudding store, the one I just told.
The
Yeah.
one you were just like, yeah, I put my fucking handprint on the ceiling, but I was like
Yeah.
6 years old.
Literally in the progress of
I
telling.
literally just got done telling that story.
Yeah.
The story was you hung out your house and you put pudding on the ceiling?
Yes.
Fantastic.
All right, I will try to edit something there.
No, you leave this in. You leave this in, you son of a bitch. I want people to know.
I want people to know.
So anyways, here's the pudding story. You should tell the pudding story.
Well, I couldn't remember if we already told it, and it's just like, yeah, last episode they talked about pudding. This episode they talked about pudding.
Oh.
I get it. You like pudding.
I mean, personally, Jello, but
Pudding.
yeah.
Yeah, Dan? Pudding or Jello?
Ooh. It really depends. I mean, there's some puddings that are really good, but a nice Jello can be like it depends on if there's something in the Jello and what flavor.
In the Jello?
Yeah,
Like-
Oh, I've
Like-
never.
Oh,
like my grandma will make orange Jello and put like mandarin oranges in it, and then she'll make like a orange whip topping to put on top of it. It's really good.
Jesus
amazing.
Christ, your family sounds so nice.
They are. You've met them. You've met my grandma and my grandpa.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, in the small town. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
We should go back out there again. That was fun. They got a campground out there we can go to.
At some point, we should. Yeah.
Oh, we could. Well, you would have to drive a lot further now, but yeah, we could.
Oh,
Or we
yeah.
you just drive out to you and we could all go camping. Whatever.
I mean, yeah. But anyway,
The pudding story.
Pudding.
I've already told the pudding story. No,
So
I
that's-
mean, like, my mom would get, I know she would get upset, and she said it to me a few times that, like, my friends would come over, and then we'd eat all the ices that were in the freezer all the time.
Oh, dude, guilty.
She would constantly be getting packs of ices, and then I found out we were running out quicker because one of the kids that would come over and hang out, he wasn't really necessarily a friend of mine, he was kind of he was in my class and everything, but I didn't consider him a friend, but he just came and hung out to
Right.
hang out.
Yeah. well-
Apparently, he was shoving them down his pants and going home with freezies.
Wow.
Yeah, I found that out because one of my friends confronted him about it. Was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you walking weird?" And he goes, "Check it out." And he pulls out like 8 freezies out of his pants. And my friend's like, "That's not okay, dude."
That kid now has a burner phone.
I don't know where
Probably.
that kid.
He might be dead.
Um,
Well, when you're a kid too, like friends are like Pokemon. You're like,
yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna collect these, and the ones that stick with me the longest, great.
yeah.
And the other ones just sit in that PC box for the rest of their lives.
Some people call that prison.
Fair.
And sometimes you join them in that box because you're a fucking idiot.
Life
No.
goals: just stay out of prison.
Yeah, same. If I can stay out of prison, I'll be like, yeah, bump.
Yep, they're pretty good.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I gave my mom a really hard time growing up because I grew up with kind of some poorly managed ADHD, not to my mother's fault, but to my like therapist's fault because they kept trying 8,000 different drugs on me because at that time was when they were like, oh, there's a new ADHD medication. It has hints of meth in it. Try it. And it's
Oh,
like,
yes.
ugh.
Adderall.
Yeah, like Adderall. Adderall wasn't good when I was a kid. I've had it as an adult, and it's better as an adult than as a kid.
Many college kids will agree with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, but for people who actually have adult ADHD.
Right.
Yes.
When it's treated as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And there are, right now, as we are big, 10 years from now, there are a bunch of college kids listening to this episode like, yeah, Addie, talk about Addie. Use responsibly. Oh, yeah, whatever, fucktard. That's how I cram. $10 a pill.
It's always weird seeing kids brag about like how long they've stayed up and stuff like that. Like, I took a Molly once. I've been up for 5 days, and it's like,
Jesus Christ,
bro, you need to slow down. You're like 19.
I was up for 3 days straight in college one time with only the help of caffeine.
Jeez, I mean, impressive. Very sad. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's still
drink more water. Drink more water.
Dan, you look like you've stayed up 3 days in a row before.
Yeah. The other day, what was it? Saturday, when I woke up and we were getting ready because we had to go do stuff that day. Fiance looks at me and goes, "Your eyes are puffy and you have bags under your eyes. Like, your bags have bags." That's a thing that we say to each other. Your bags have bags. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. It's because I haven't caught up on all the sleep that I missed out on in college.
Right. Years worth of sleep I gotta catch up on.
I probably in total, with all the overnights, not even just in college, but in my life, all the all-nighters that I've pulled, I've probably missed out easily on 3 months worth of nights of sleep.
Oh,
yeah. I remember I did something similar once when Tyler and I moved out and we went out to live with Dingaling.
Yep.
Yeah. And when we lived with Dingaling, which we would just refer to them, we would just call them Dingaling. I don't think that's a problem.
Yep.
I can think of worse things. But
we'll keep it PG with that one.
We'll keep it Dingaling.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons. If somebody goes to his house, never mind. Anyway.
And there's certain people that listen to this that know us will know exactly who we're talking about and understand exactly what we're saying.
Oh yeah, it'll be like the handful of people. I think Susie will know because I've told her stories about Dingaling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we were living out with Dingaling, and I would think I was going to college at the same time. So drive all the way back, go to college, drive all the way home, and do work and all that shit. So I think I had 2 jobs at the time, a girlfriend, and I lived out of town.
That was at the community college, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. The one college I've been to. Yes.
Okay. I can't remember if it was. I thought you did an online thing for some reason.
Oh, there was some online a part of it, but it was still that same community college.
Okay.
Anyways, so I remember there was a span of days where my schedule just sucked, and I mean, 2 jobs. I think I was averaging about 45 hours a week or something, just with work, and then I was also doing full-time college. I think it was like 12 credits, so 4 classes. And there was one week where for like 3 days I was only able to get 2 hours of sleep in like bursts.
Yeah.
And so I would come home from college, or no, I would stay up late, study or play video games, whatever, my fault, and drive to college.
Still gotta socialize.
Oh yeah, of course. And like my best friend that lives across the hall, and at the time, and then my not best friend lived over there, and nobody likes him.
Yep.
Fuck Dingaling. If you're out there, Dingaling, we're not paying for electric. Absolutely not.
It's going on the record.
You fucking told us it was free, and you came to us with that fucking $60 bullshit. You said you and your dad were cool if we just crashed there for 3 months. We bought our own food, and we didn't trash your house. Fuck you.
If the people that know us didn't know what we were talking about, they do
now.
Yep. Fuck your ass. Not literally. Anyways. But yeah, there I would like stay up really late, maybe crash for like 2 hours, and then I would drive to college, do my first class, which is 8 a.m., go back to my car, and I think this was in winter, so it was cold out. So I brought a blanket in my car, which was just this little, I think it was a 2-door or a 4-door tiny little car, whatever you can afford when you're fucking 19, 20, which is nothing. That one.
Yeah.
The teal.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yep. I brought my blanket, and I would drive all the way back. I would drive to town, drive to college, and after my first class, my 7 or 8 a.m. fucking math class taught by an English teacher, good job, I would come back out to my car, crash for 2 hours, wake up, hit the rest of my classes, and then I would go to work. I think I would work from, I want to say it was like noon to 5 or 4 at the first job, and then 5 to 9:30 at the other job, and then drive home, be home around like 10-ish. And one time I got stopped by that cop that I had drugs.
Yep.
Because of the leaves in the car. Fucking bullshit.
Well, I'm gonna sniff your dog, or have a dog sniff your car.
Dude, I almost passed out right there. I was like, dude, I'm so tired. Let me go home, please.
Right.
But yeah, so I get home at 10 o'clock, and then I have to be back in town at like 7. So 9 hours later, and then I have to study, do homework, catch up on shit. So it was just like my schedule for work just lined up horribly, and I for 3 days did burst naps. And I remember the 4th day when I was able to sit down and just sleep for 8 hours, I was fucking dead. Just done. Good night. And now, as an adult and a father and someone who sort of works a full-time job and does, obviously we've got hobbies. We're doing this.
Yep.
My body won't let me sleep past like 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless it's, and even if I try to force myself, you can't, because then you have to pee.
Yep.
So you'll wake up and be like, yeah, I'm kind of awake. Oh, there's my bladder.
And now I'm actually awake.
Maybe I could just close my eyes and lay here for like an hour. Nope. I'm going to piss my pants.
Yeah.
I mean, I can change my sleep schedule kind of on a whim.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and that came from working 12-hour overnights at one point.
Yeah.
Because, like, then your days off, you know, you want to spend your days off during the day doing something and not, you know, overnight. But
yeah. Sleep schedules, Tyler.
Yeah, I know that's literally what I'm doing right now.
Always. It seems like once you get back to a day shift, you go back to a night shift.
Yeah, when I work that day, I'll sleep until pretty much I have to leave, and then I'll go to bed at like 8 or 9 in the morning, and then sleep all the way back until 9. And then the moment I have a day off, I'm waking up at 8 in the morning, going to bed at 9 at night, the exact opposite. It is atrocious, but
yeah,
I make it work.
Because today is your day off, and
yep.
I was really happy when I woke up this morning, and I saw that you were in bed, and I think I woke up at 9 a.m. because I had to take Susie over to do stuff, and I was like, oh, cool, Tyler's asleep. So I actually get like his full sleep when we're ready to record and all that good stuff. And then Tyler wakes up at like and then Tyler wakes up at like 1. So like 4 hours of sleep.
Actually I passed out really quick today. I think I fell asleep at like 7. So it was like a solid 5.5 hours or something.
Well, if you woke up at 1 or 2, that's a little over 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I got home and, like, I had a quick snack. And then I was just like, I'm so drowsy right now. I'm just like, I'm just call it a night. That's fine.
Well, and it was best. I was personally worried that you were going to stay up till, like, noon.
Oh, yeah, like
and
I usually do.
I was like, oh, fuck, dude.
I'm so exhausted.
Yeah, he's going to be so exhausted. He's going to get in this, you're going to get in this call, and you'll just be like, oh, yep, yep. Yeah, whatever Dan said.
I'm in a stupor right now.
Yeah. Really hungry. Wake your ass up. Well, I thought we were going to do this later. I'm happy we're doing it earlier. Because now, once we get out of this call, so long as Dan is able, I would love to sit down and play Apex.
Absolutely, yeah.
Play that for a while, and then I'm probably going to hop on and just start editing. Because if I can get this all done in one day, bam.
Yeah.
Get it, put it in the can, put it up on Thursday. Hopefully we can keep like a Thursday schedule.
Right, yeah. Hopefully we can keep like a weekly schedule, putting it out on Thursdays would be fantastic. I mean, nobody likes just random episodes coming out.
No.
Depending on how work schedules work out, too.
Right.
Yeah. It would make more sense if I kind of want to like always have one in the can.
Yeah.
Obviously in the future. So maybe.
I mean, obviously we can pre-record one for the next week if we know
Yeah.
that it's not going to work. But
Right,
Yeah, and if we could even, I don't know if we could be able to do that this week, but I think the only night that I'm going to be here that we could probably do that would be tomorrow,
yeah. I'll be here.
and we could sit down and just do a recording and absolutely not take that phone call. No, yeah, if we could sit down and just take one in the can.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm not doing that. I mean,
I have there's
I love you.
Astroglide somewhere in my room.
She got that dump truck. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Dump truck
got that.
ass.
She got that cake.
Next time I see Susie, I'm gonna tell her she looks like a dump truck.
You should tell her she's got some nice cake and see what she says.
Oh, she knows what it means.
Yeah.
Oh,
When we go out and like we both do check out women, because yeah, Susie is of both.
Yep.
She
And
loves
she's-
both. Yeah.
she's bi and you are also straight, so you also like women. That's the biggest surprise here is that you're straight.
The damn things.
I don't know.
Okay, well.
I don't. It's not like I sat down one day and was like, "Yeah, I only like vagina." Would I suck a dick? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe.
It depends on how much you're offering. Let's be honest.
Oh, God. Oh, that's another topic.
Oh, yep.
You remember that little conversation?
Yup. All right, let's start it.
All right. Okay. So, but I'll finish that story first, and then we'll.
Yep.
So we'll go out. I think I want to say like I follow the subreddit for Nintendo waifus and like hentai and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll look over and be like, "Huh, she's cute," or she'll jokingly be like, "Huh, she has cake."
Yeah.
Like, look at that cake.
Some
I'm
of
like,
that Zelda cake out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
this is Zelda, especially after that hitbox thing came out.
Yep.
It was just like her hitbox and her ass is like these two giant watermelons.
Yeah.
But they were bigger than watermelons. They were like beach balls.
It was ridiculous.
It was obnoxious. And then of course immediately Rule 34 was flooded with that.
Oh,
And
Mhm.
I was like, I understand liking a fetish, and you can totally have your fetish. That's great. We are a kink friendly podcast. We said that last time.
Yep.
But I don't find like if your body is all normal and great, and obviously this is only for drawn women because it's just illustration.
Right, yeah.
But if your ass or tits are so large that they would kill you, I am talking literally beach balls. I'm not upvoting that. I'm skipping past it.
Yeah, like,
I know there's some like very extreme fetishes out there where they like, oh my god, look at her boobs just get bigger and bigger and they go off the fucking
yeah,
planet.
and they're like the size of a city.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
a very niche fetish.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah, it's fine if you're into that,
Mhm.
but
And I
no,
understand the
it's-
point of a subreddit. It's just to kind of collect
yeah.
like all the things. It's totally fine, but I don't know. Just like feet, I won't understand it.
Shh, Piper. This is about us, not
Yeah, Piper, could you like go do something productive?
you. You get a job in paper rent, please.
Come on. Yeah, like I know recently, for any of you Reddit users out there, or Tumblr users, or Twitter users, the whole Uzaki-chan thing was really controversial this last month or
The
so.
what?
It's died down.
Informant.
There's it was a manga for the longest time, and an anime adaptation came out. I want to say this last month. It's called Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, and it's about this college girl and this college guy who like are friends, and the guy is super socially awkward, and like clearly they're supposed to hook up and stuff,
One
but
of
they're
those.
super like trying not to confess their love, sort of like some other animes. I'm not gonna get into that. She has
That'll be for the
some
time I never
badonkadonks, some real big floofers, but it's not like
boobs. Both
some,
of those could be ass.
some tiggle bitties.
Some tingle bitties. Yeah, they've got to be like double D or E or
No,
G.
they're like Fs.
Are they Fs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're rated at like
You're,
56 Fs or something like that, or double Fs.
Yeah, they're Fs, and she's like 4'11" or 5'1".
Yeah, she's tiny. She's a very small girl, and there's this whole like thing that came out where they're like, "Oh, that's not real body proportions," and blah blah blah, and where's her organs supposed to go? I've seen that like go
Oh,
around where it's just like
God,
she's like, this is not unheard of. Like, there are people out there who have these shapes. Like,
All three of us know somebody who had that shape.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
we do. So it's
Huh.
like, this is not.
Tell me later.
Okay.
That
yeah.
girl, my ex's friend. When I was like,
We went to Perkins a couple times.
I think it was.
I might have only met her that one time.
Yeah,
Probably.
it was the girl who had like she was maybe like 5'1" and had ginormous boobs.
Just yeah.
Remember?
Which she's
Okay.
seduced. But anyways,
It
I
is who
believe you.
it is who you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. I didn't have anyone in mind, but sure.
We're gonna tell you in Apex if you're really
Yeah.
curious.
Fine, go on.
That's just the whole point. Is
Yeah.
the fact that like there was just a huge controversial bit about that, where like a lot of people were like redrawing her and stuff like that.
I've seen them. They're
And it's-
weird.
Yeah, and it's just like, guys, it's an illustration. Like you can draw them however you
Yeah,
want.
it's fine. It's a
So,
drawing.
And yeah, it was just it was a whole mess.
I've seen a lot of people there because there's a lot of people were jumping on that train to redraw her,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the drawings are very like first grade, my first try at a drawing, but I'm so
Yeah.
mad, or I want to join the bandwagon that I'm going to draw.
Right.
I'm sure some of them are like great, where it's that really nice artistic bit, and it just shrank her boobs a little
Mm-hmm.
or made her taller. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a drawing.
Drawings, Dad.
Get it in my drawing hole.
Oh,
Alright.
jeez.
Come on.
All right.
Put one in my can, Dan.
Oh,
FBI, open up!
all right.
Oh, thank God, I don't have to look for a sound effect.
But,
I don't know how I would search that, just like thumping noise.
No, you got it. You got a clip, and you can name it yourself, and it's totally original.
And it just has two assholes laughing in the background.
Yep.
Two assholes laugh while FBI raids house.
I've seen that video before. It's pretty
Was that a porno?
good.
Epstein busted in his hotel room. The
oh,
porno.
No.
It's some like 45-year-old saying she's 16.
You're right.
Jesus Christ. Have either of you seen that documentary?
No,
I watched a bit of it. It's uncomfortable.
I can believe it.
Yeah. Like, obviously, he's not in it. Well, I mean, recordings of him are in it, but he's not because he's dead because he didn't kill himself.
Yep.
But, yeah, super cringe. I think we could only watch maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. It wasn't cringe. It was just uncomfortable. It was like
Yeah.
20 minutes of it, and it's just all this pedophilia, and
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do it.
It's a messed up world out there.
Yeah. Oh, let's say something controversial. Pedophiles don't belong in the LGBT community.
Facts.
Is that really that controversial outside of the pedophile community? I think everybody outside of the pedophile community
Agreed.
is on the understanding and agreement that they don't belong in anything other than a hole in the ground.
They belong somewhere.
Prison cell.
I've always said they belong in a Saw game.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It'd have to be
I'm
something.
just saying.
Well, if it's for now, like we were doing today's, like if we went 15 years ago, yes, a Saw game, but now it would have to be a battle royale because that's the thing. Drop them on an island, give like one of them a gun, and then just wait for it to end, and then like there'd be like a ring or some. The storm.
The storm is coming. For all you Fortnite kids, the storm.
And the one that wins gets one life sentence shaved off their 5-year life sentence.
So you mean there's even a slightly better chance that I might not get out? Yeah, I guess.
Make it like Death Race, except they don't get out.
Or
There's
just
no escape.
there's no escape. Or no, the winner just gets to go to prison for life. In like a regular prison, not like the pedophile safe ones, the
Right,
regular prison.
Right.
There should not be pedophile safe prisons. I'm
Oh.
just gonna.
There are.
Yeah.
I know there are, and that upsets me.
Yeah, agreed.
Me too. Incredibly upsets me. But I can't, it's not like I'm in politics. Could you imagine if I was in charge of something? I'm the
I mean,
sort of.
you're in charge of this, and it's going well.
I'm in charge of the editing, and I feel like, yes, I've been kind of spearheading it, but we're having a good time,
Exactly.
so whatever.
Politics is politics.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I would consider fucking children. Well, I mean, it's part of the political system.
It very much is. Yeah.
Whoops, was that another controversial thing to say? That a lot of politicians are pedophiles?
I mean, no, because it's facts. It's been proven.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that? Did either of you see that photo of Joe Biden kissing his granddaughter on the lips?
I mean,
Yes.
Tom Brady kissed his son on the lips, so are we saying Tom Brady is a pedophile?
Still just as weird.
It's still incredibly uncomfortable. You can call it a pedophile thing. I don't know. It's just,
It's very uncomfortable.
I understand being brought up that way, but I would never, ever, ever kiss my daughter on the lips.
Yeah.
Or at all, really, because I in this day and age with rape culture and such, I don't want to teach her that a boy kissing her on the cheek is like, oh, my dad did that.
Yeah.
Like, no, absolutely not. You make that decision for yourself.
Right.
I'm not going to force into her, like, yeah, this is totally fine. I just kiss her forehead or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I hug my kid and I tell her I love her and all that stuff, but I'm never going to, like, come here.
Yeah.
Fucking gross.
Fucking suddenly can't remember the name of that book. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah.
Give Uncle some sugar. Uncle loves a little sugar. Yeah, it's just like, ooh. And the whole, like, I understand that the whole point of the book is to make people uncomfortable, but, like,
I don't think it's that part of the book is supposed to make you
No,
uncomfortable. It's supposed to
no.
be how a innocent black man is sent to death.
Yeah. Just a strange book.
hmm
Still good.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Like-
good book.
Yeah,
And it belongs in schools, unedited.
absolutely.
We're getting really political.
Yeah, we did slide into politics. We'll try and slide back out of that now.
Everyone's a pedophile. To Kill a Mockingbird, kill the pedophiles. Did I say that twice? No, I said politics.
So not to throw myself under the bus. So we were talking about
Pedophiles?
no, not pedophiles. Slipping out of politics. Slipping out of politics. We're talking
Yes.
about sexuality and stuff, and I know
Oh.
that this is something that was going to come back to me eventually.
Mm.
The whole bi thing, who's straight and
Oh.
yeah, we have stories about that as well. Like things have happened.
Between you and Dan?
You know what?
Uh,
I
Dan-
know exactly what he's getting at, and I wasn't gonna bring it up. I wasn't ever gonna bring that up on here, but if you
still
want it,
Blowjob thing.
I can do it.
We're still talking about that blowjob thing.
which one was that?
Remember when we were like, oh, yeah, it's like a dick, but I don't
How
know.
it's funny.
Oh yeah. We were getting at that. I
Yeah.
mean, get me drunk enough. Shit happens.
Get you drunk, you hit on a man.
Hey,
That's what he was.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was referring to.
what you
Yeah. No, I knew it was coming back.
I thought you
I wasn't gonna say it.
you two.
I was just gonna leave it alone.
So I don't know Dan's feelings about this actually. So if we want to throw some real, raw, honest feelings out there,
Because this isn't.
Oh, what?
I don't know, like the way that me and Dan have known each other for the longest time. Yeah, we do like some weird, like the normal, like guys flirting with each other or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the making it look like we're kissing at church G group?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
normal things. Normal things.
Just pretend we kiss. I put my two fingers between our lips and we.
That's
Great.
exactly it.
I have
could
seen you both do it.
never see Dan in a sexual way. Like,
No.
sorry, Dan, I love you. I think you're a wonderful.
Why are you apologizing? To me?
You
could
sit
be
down, Dan.
I'm not even
My slow-
offended.
My slow light rejection for you.
Tyler's been building this up for years, and he just hasn't had the heart to tell you.
He decides now's the time to tell me.
Yeah, Tyler's like, oh man, I can't lead Dan on anymore. I have to tell him,
He has to know.
and I'm gonna dump him
Alright.
and let him down easy on the internet, where it's recorded forever, and my friend Steven will not edit this out.
God.
Dan, I have a
Uh.
confession. I have always wanted to cuddle you, but not sexually. I
Confessions?
might poke you.
Well, I mean, shit happens.
Shit happens.
What?
What?
Dan, this is recorded. You can just go back to listen to it. But
This is sarcastic.
except for the
Oh,
front half of
jeez.
you, I would not let you spoon me because I feel like your beard is very scratchy and would get all over my neck, and I'd be like, oh,
Wait, who? We're all
You-
here. Who are you talking about?
like you spooning me, because your beard looks like mine and Tyler's are a little thinner. Tyler's right now is thick; it's grown out,
Yeah.
but yours
Um,
looks very
it-
dense.
it depends on.
Mine's pretty dense. It's like a fruitcake.
Yeah, like a fruitcake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra
It depends
thick.
on how well you take care of your beard and stuff.
Well, of course, if you wash it and shit, but I feel like his is so
or,
coarse.
like using products.
Yeah.
A beard can look coarse, but still feels super
I
soft.
mean, it's soft. Have you ever felt my beard?
No, I have not
Not
gone up to touch
recently.
your face. Well, no,
What?
it's been. I look at the
I mean,
clock.
you're not supposed to touch my face right now because COVID.
I am reaching through, giving you a spirit touch on your face.
Oh, that
You
feels nice.
You can bring it up.
Hey, easy.
I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about a different beard. Shave your or don't. I don't care. But no, I feel if Dan were to spoon me, a man larger than him, and he rests his chin on the back of my neck, I'd be like, ah,
Scooch.
yeah, like
Scooch.
The
Like, you know, you have like
Shakes head.
yeah, like you know when you have like when you had long hair and it would dangle back here in the back of your neck and you kind of like back and forth. It's like I don't want that there, so you'd pull it up to the side.
Yes.
Like when
no.
girls put their hair up
Yeah.
because they want it off their neck.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't want to be spooning someone or be spooned by somebody who's going to drape hair on my neck.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have longer hair. I had my hair very wild at a point. Yeah.
Blue.
It
I
was
had-
what?
Mine was.
Oh,
pink.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, blue and pink.
Yeah. But no, both me and Dan had grown out our hair, and we've got like that longer, straighter hair
Mm.
where Steven's ever.
I am so froey and curly. I will trade you, Dan. You can have a fro. I fucking hate this.
It is so stick straight.
I will trade either of you. I fucking hate it. I'll shave my head bald, and there's plenty of photos of me bald. Obviously, I shave my head. I'm balding a little bit, but I shave it because once my hair hits this length, which is maybe an inch, it just starts fro.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
that's after shampoo. That's after conditioner. It just fucking and it stays out and it goes over my ears and I look like a dipshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I've never really been bothered by the whole hair on the neck a little bit.
Mhm.
I guess just used to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when I had longer hair back in high school, remember when I had hair down on like my fucking chin?
Yup.
When I would go to sleep at night, I would pull my hair from the back of my head and like pull it off to the side because I was like, I'm too manly to use a ponytail, which is stupid because like I had really long hair and I
Yeah.
would straighten it, but I was
Yeah.
too straight for a ponytail or some dipshit.
No, yeah, I totally get that. Like I had those same views back in like high school before. Like
Before you were cultured,
you hit a point where you're an adult, or at least some people do.
might
Where
have told more people.
yeah, where you get to that point where you just like it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
Like
Yeah.
styling and stuff like that. Like it's just like whatever's comfortable, whatever works for you.
Mm-hmm. We are all in this carousel of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well be comfy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I would never put it up in a ponytail, and I would just deal with it. And if I shifted my head enough during while I slept, and I turned over, and my hair got on my neck, I'd wake up, pull it over, and do it again. And that is the definition of fragile masculinity.
Yeah.
I was so concerned about my masculinity in my bedroom with my door closed and the lights off, and I'm the only resident. And now I am talking about cuddling my fucking tiny friend
Yup.
and letting him spoon me.
Please.
Oh, tell Tyler. Did you tell Tyler?
I'm Tyler.
You're Tyler. I'm Dan.
And I'm Jim.
And he's Jim Jam. Hey there, Jimbo. Did you see your mom? Anyways. Tyler, back to the last episode when we were talking about the logo.
Yes.
Tyler sent in everything for the concept art, and the artist said she might put a little bear in there somewhere.
I'm excited for it.
I was
Oh
super excited.
God.
Like, I'm thinking like teddy bear, or maybe we just have like a pet bear, and he might be like sitting there on the couch, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
like whoa, like he just teleported here.
I don't know.
Some
what
rod
it's-
of wonder shit.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what she's gonna put in there. She's literally just started working on it today.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for it.
I want
told her
5-minute updates.
I told her the bear bit is totally up to her. I'm gonna leave that creative bit up to her. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. I think it's gonna be great.
I am so wondered. Dan, are you excited for this?
I'm so excited.
I
That
can't
was
wait.
so much
Just
food.
can't hide it.
He's
And
so
I know.
He's so excited he moved 2 feet away from the mic. To leave this podcast without us knowing.
Mutes Mike, those sons of bitches. I told them no fucking bears.
I told them exclusively I don't want to be a fucking bear. I want to be a red panda because that's my mascot. And I don't want to be on that fucking couch so we're not touching each other. But secretly I want to.
But please,
Senpai.
just hold my leg.
Just hold my leg.
Some of that uncensored leg holding.
Just grip my thigh as hard as you want. It's yours, Daddy.
Oh God.
That is something Susie likes to do a lot. She'll grab my leg.
Nice.
It is new to me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever dated anybody. Susie, I know you're probably going to listen to this. I have never had a girl like grab my thigh ever. And so when you did it the first time, I was like, huh? And I was like, well, that's pretty close to my penis, so whatever. I love you so much. I know you're listening to this, but you can keep doing it. It's totally fine. It's just, I was like, huh? Oh.
This is great.
She's like 6 inches away from the base of my penis, which is 1 inch. She'll be so satisfied.
Oh my God. We've entered wild territory there.
Yes, we did.
Oh, it'll be.
There will be many more stories of that to come, if you so wish.
Oh yeah, you can always keep watching. Damn, you don't watch a podcast. You can keep listening and downloading and listening to our shit. We're not going anywhere. I plan again to listen to this into my senile fucking ears. And I'm like, did I have friends?
5 years from now.
No, we said it was 37 when I finally go to a retirement home.
Yep.
Or an insane asylum, whatever. Which I told Susie about, and she's like, "Yeah, man, parenting is tough." All right, baby girl, you gotta get a job and pay for mom and dad to go into an insane asylum. Yeah. And she'll be like, "You're not my dad, though." We're like, what?
Well, you're not wrong.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. I raised you along with your mother, and I've known you since you were 4. But I can take that tablet away if you want. That's fine.
No, Roblox.
Roblox. I know so much about fucking Roblox. Oh my god.
When we visited Dan's place recently.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dan, do you like Roblox? Gianna.
Stop it.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
I just immediately looked at Steve and said, yeah.
Yeah. And so, for all of us, personally, I thought that Roblox was just like an MMO game where you jumped in and there's a bunch of other kids playing and you just fuck around in this open world. Was that your conception?
I have no idea, actually. Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I was going to let you finish talking.
Go ahead.
I'm going to let you finish, but... It's another Kanye reference, number 2.
I thought it was actual just like Minecraft, pretty much just with Roblox.
Essentially, yeah, that's what I thought as well.
So let me lay it down on you guys.
Oh,
Roblox is a game where, and this is I have not played it, but I have watched my daughter play it enough. Essentially, you make an account, you have your person, and you can decorate them. And It's great. And you come to this menu, and there's a ton of games. We're talking like a stream, just a library of games that you can play. And there are games where you can play like, you can be in a World War II kind of thing, like Normandy.
Okay.
And it's really super basic, like somebody's college project was this, and they were like, "Yeah, see, I can use a computer and I know how to code and use assets." And then you go around with like a machine gun and you shoot other Roblox people and they explode and the little fucking Duplo things, Lego things.
Okay.
And then you could get out of that game and you go play a different game where you're a pirate and you start out with a ship, and the idea is to go to all these islands where other kids are in your server, and you go to their islands and raid their castle and steal their supplies by smashing their boxes, and then use those supplies to buy a bigger ship that those kids can come and steal from you. As far as I know, there's no actual way to get supplies like money.
Yeah.
You just go and steal it from each other, and it's like a closed economy. So you can't like get rich. It's
Jesus.
It's some... What was feudal Japan when they closed their borders?
Um,
There was a term for that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
there's
essentially
no-
closed borders.
Yeah, like there was no income going in, but
Right.
well, she's 9 years old.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything about the economy. She doesn't know how much a fucking dollar is.
Exactly.
And then you can get out of that, and then you can play Adopt Me. And Adopt Me sounds like a pedophile game.
It does. Yeah.
It is not. And I thought it was. I was just like, is this a game where like you role play as a kid that gets adopted by some older man? Like, is this just some pedophile fantasy
Right.
shit?
It sounds really creepy.
It is not. It is a game where you go into your Roblox character and you buy eggs and let Dan slap silly putty in the background or whatever the fuck he's doing. But no, you play Adopt Me and oh god, you buy these eggs with like Roblox dollars and you earn Roblox dollars by selling things or raising your egg. And then your egg hatches and it's a random chance of what it's going to be.
Okay.
There's commons, uncommons, rares, and like ultra rares and legendaries.
Mm-hmm.
And you can spend real money to get this fake money to get these eggs, just like any other microtransaction game.
Great. So
So-
it's just a giant money pit, that's all it is.
Oh, of course. But Roblox, it's like you make a character and you just play a bunch of fucking mini games. Like that's the whole thing.
Okay.
And all mini games are, I'm assuming, just programmed by anybody,
Yeah.
like a Wikipedia of video games.
All right. And now we know about Roblox.
Yeah. It's, as far as a dad who just kind of looks over their shoulder, like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "My friend is trading me a parrot, and I'm going to give her a rhino." And I'm like, "Okay, at least
that's
you're
a
not
fair
doing
trade. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because a rhino is common Tyler. The parrot is ultra rare.
Oh.
And if you don't understand that, you can't talk to my kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
God, figure it out.
okay. I'm sorry.
Don't you spend hours a day watching fucking YouTube videos of I Am Santa?
Of
Just-
course.
Fucking-
Uncultured swine.
Never heard of any of those.
How dare you not watch a 16-year-old play a children's game on YouTube
Right.
in uncomfortable outfits with just a lot of pink?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god. I know what it's like I know what it's like to be a parent back then when like your kid had Pokemon.
Hmm.
I'm sure there's going to be some sort of Roblox thing 20 years from now where my daughter goes to college and she has a Roblox backpack or some dumb shit and I'll be like,
No.
that's not as cool as Pokemon.
Yeah.
That could have been a Charmander or Bulbasaur.
Squirtle.
Bulbasaur is best.
Actually, Snorlax. That's just my personal
I was
opinion.
meant Starter.
You're a liar.
You're a what?
A liar.
No, Snorlax is best. Out of all 600, whatever, 700, whatever
I
I
we're
think
at.
we're 1,000 now, but Metapod is the best.
Metapod.
I'm going to use Harden and then String
Harden.
Shot. That is a topic
No.
for another time.
I was gonna say if we want to talk about it now, I mean we still got time. We're only hour 20 in it.
Hour 20.
We might be.
We're still going to talk about the blowjob thing. We brought it up, but if we,
Let's save that.
I feel like
that
if
could
we,
be brought up for another topic.
I feel like if we don't complete the blowjob,
We ain't complete.
like in real life, I'm gonna pre.
I'm gonna hurry.
I feel like if we don't do that, it's dickish.
Okay, so where do you want to go with this?
Okay, so everybody listening at home and my friends here, once we all lived together, back in fairy tale times, we sat around a couch, much like the one you might see on our logo, and we said, "What is the minimum amount of money that you would suck a dick for, sober?"
Ooh, I don't remember what my answer was back in the day.
I don't remember this conversation at all.
Remember
Oh.
Dan's answer, and I believe it was not enough, or millions of dollars.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm talking sucking a dick to completion.
I mean,
What is the minimum? Like sober, and we'll say you're sober, you're slapping your penis on the microphone, Dan.
What?
You can hear you slapping something.
I'm not slapping anything.
definitely making some kind of noise
There's something over
so-
there.
Anyways,
Anywho,
are we talking about now or back then? Because
Let's
those were
say-
two very different situations and two very different times.
you grow up. What?
Character development?
You mean you're not the same person you were when you were 20? When you're 30?
Your financial stability changes.
And it's like,
And that's what I was going to say, because I know my answer back in the day is $20 is $20.
yes.
That's what I was-
Yeah.
Literally,
I will suck a dick.
literally paycheck to paycheck.
Same.
Barely put fuel in my car to get to work to be able to put fuel in my car.
Yep. It was like barely breaking black.
How I survived back in the day, I don't know.
How?
We
did like $12 for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we struggled.
Remember the 35 burrito day?
Yeah. But
Oh.
they were like
35 or 40
50-cent burritos. It was those
That
are
was
times.
rough.
Those are times.
Those
All
were
the
times.
ramen and burritos, rice, noodles.
As of right now,
What is the minimum amount you would suck like? Let's say you go to a just a sex shop right now,
right?
and you went into, because for some reason the internet's not good enough and you have to pay for porn,
Sure.
and you go to one of those private stalls and you pop in 2 quarters, and it starts playing the picture show with the penises, and there's a hole in the wall, and a penis comes out, and you hear a voice that says, "How much for you to suck me?"
Oh God.
So first I have to pay 50 cents. Well, now I gotta find 2 quarters.
Well, now you got 2 quarters.
Can you reimburse me?
What would it take?
Yeah, what would it take? I'm saying, like, you have no idea who the person is, and they're already a little aggressive by putting their penis in there.
I'm gonna assume they're clean.
Yeah, we'll say they're clean.
Okay.
I wouldn't bring you to a sex shop and tell you to go do a
To
thing.
my face.
Hey, Tyler, walk into that sex shop with Dan. It's only 2 quarters to watch what you can see on YouTube for free. Or Reddit.
I don't know, actually.
No?
Yeah.
Because, like, monetary values are different when you're not, 20 and struggling,
Yeah.
19.
When I'm like, you know what, I'm doing okay right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would have to be a couple $100,000.
Really?
Like, at least, yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. Like, just really not into dicks. Really not.
I mean, I get it, but...
Like, granted, like, there's nothing for me besides money at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Some
sort of stability. You could throw it into a retirement account, or you could just put it into a bank and just let it gain interest over time, whatever.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Essentially, yeah. Like, I think I could, to put a number on it, we'll put it at 250,000.
250,000 minimum.
At a minimum, yeah.
The absolute minimum.
Yeah. I
You have
could
to suck
live
that dick.
comfortably for the rest of my life on 250,000.
That's what you say now.
I'm also I don't put as much value on money as most people.
Mhm.
I value my time really more than anything else.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's why he's sucking a dick for 2 minutes and getting $250,000. He is asking. This is how you negotiate with your boss for a raise. I wouldn't suck a dick for less than $250,000. You better come at me with some better shit. That's weak sauce.
But no, like, I think that's a fair number. I live pretty frugally, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think 250,000 would be my minimum.
Okay, Dan?
Oh no, you're going next.
But I introduced the question.
Well, okay.
I put in the work.
I was gonna say, I went first. I gave you some time to think. Let you mull it over.
Yeah.
I'd have to say probably a flat mill.
That's almost. That's probably pretty close to what your answer used to be. I think you told me it was like 4 or 8 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a flat mill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying that you value yourself less? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you, Dan.
Well, I mean, yeah, I value myself less than when we lived together. That is true, but that's not the topic right now.
This is not the topic. So you would have to get $1 million.
That's fair.
Yeah, but let's say you tell him $1 million and he only slips out. Like, he's just like, well, here's $500,000.
You get the rest after completion.
No, he doesn't give it to you. He just says, oh, I only came here with 500 G's because I figured nobody would go above that. Would you take the money and suck him off, or?
If he's putting 500 G's through a slot, I'm gonna take that money and leave.
Okay. Well, let's the game instead of being a jackass. Would you take it? Would you blow him off? Like he shows you that he has $500,000 and he's like, you just take it. I just gotta put my wiener in your mouth and blow me off.
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't get out of bed for less than $250,000.
Damn.
Welcome back to wecouldcast, where we ask for a raise. I won't even get in my fucking car for less than 80 grand. Turning that fucking key is a lot.
All right, Steven, how about you?
God, let me think. I personally, because a lot of the thought, like for me back then, anyways, was like, this is going to be scarring, and I am forever ruined, and da da da. I don't give a shit.
Right, yeah.
Like who cares? I'm not gonna like wake up in my nightmares like, oh fuck, I
One
sucked a
time,
dick.
There's a penis in my mouth.
Yeah, it's like there are people in the world that put penises in their mouth for fun
Mm-hmm.
and have a great time. A lot of people do it. I
Yeah.
would say more than half the population does it.
Oh, I mean, considering the population is like 55% women.
Yes,
Anyways,
well, 55% women, but also there's gay dudes, and there's gay dudes that don't suck dick. There are friends who go to Bible camp and suck each other's penises,
also true.
and just shit like that. Like there's, I would say more than half of the people in the world that put a penis in their mouth. So you would just be joining the club of, the dick airport.
Yeah.
I would say at a minimum, maybe $1,000.
Really, only $1,000.
If I went to some sketchy fucking place and I knew his dick was clean, and he was like, "Here's a G," and I was like, "Man, I could do a lot with that G right now, for a minimum." But like less than that, nah,
Okay.
man.
Let me check my account real quick.
Oh, baby daddy, you ain't gotta pay me shit. Get the fuck. You know where I live.
See, and now that's the question: is it a stranger's penis or a friend's penis?
Okay, let's change it up.
Oh,
Friend's penis. Let's say it is your fucking best friend. You've known him for 16 years.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Steve. Hi, Tyler. How much at a minimum would, let's say, I have to pay you for you to suck my dick? Tyler.
this is weird because you two live together, and this is gonna be in my head.
That's what I was thinking about. I was just like, do we still live together after this? Like,
Is listening to this, can we get shippers?
can we?
Our first fan artists.
That'll be an interesting thing to see.
I'd say we still live together. I mean, you've had a roommate's penis in your face before.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
that
this
was
is true.
voluntarily.
That was involuntarily.
That was
Cool.
assault.
Yeah.
Getting controversial.
I've got it. Wow. I've got it. Hey, Tyler, answer the question while I do something.
Oof. I don't know.
Is it weird because you have to stare at my face and say
A little bit.
a lot of money?
Hey, the weird thing is, I'm not actually even like. I'm honestly thinking less.
Really?
Like, a strangers would be like, I wouldn't say more intimidating, but just like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's just like there's no sort of like connection ever made with this person
Right.
or any of that
But I
shit.
would still demand more from strangers. I don't know. I don't know if I could put a number on that.
Really?
I'm not totally sure. But if I had to throw a number on there, we'll slap 10 G's down.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Damn. That feels good. 10 G's. I am what? 25 times worth more than a stranger.
Yeah.
There's a confidence boost. I like to measure my friendships and how much my friends will pay. I have to pay my. Next time I meet somebody, like, we'll be friends. Like, there's that like short period of time where you're friends for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and you start like getting to like that, starting to make like flirty jokes at each other.
Yep.
Or slapping each other's butts, which is entirely fine. Get rid of your masculinity. I want to say like that like year mark. I'm going to hit someone at that year mark and be like, okay, it has been 1 year since we have been friends. Like, we've been talking more than just as coworkers or the guy who lives next to me.
Right.
How much do I have to pay you to suck my dick? At a minimum.
At a minimum.
I'm
at
looking for a
least.
discount. And if he says more than 10G, I'm going back to Tyler. Because he clearly cares about me more.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot more years there, but it has to be somewhere near 10 grand. And if he
Right.
tells me free, I'll be like, wow, you're a fun friend. I don't want you to suck my dick.
Let's go. Well, at free now, it just feels like you're a cheap whore at that point.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, what other decisions do you make that you could have been paid for that you don't? Like, what opportunities are you missing out on? You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Like, Trying to think of like an example off the top of my head.
Like maybe he works for free, like
Right.
like the commissioner who we've got
Yeah.
for our art. Maybe they do it for free, and it's like, well, that's a pretty poor decision.
Right. Yeah. Like
As Heath Ledger said, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
exactly. Yeah.
But let's see. Dan's not here, so I can't ask him.
Yeah.
How much would I take minimally to suck off Tyler?
That's a good question.
God, I set the bar low with 1,000.
Right.
Damn it. $25. $25. Tyler gets lonely one night, comes at me with fucking $20. He's like, let's go. It's recorded on the internet. You said you would for $20.
To make it clear, I would never ask this.
No, I know you wouldn't. But again, I'm staring you in your face.
Yeah, which makes it a little strange.
Jumping in real quick, I would give him the $20.
Yeah, Dan paid. It's my birthday. Birthday blowjob. Here's $20, Steven. It's like hiring a party clown, but he's sadder and covered with cum. It's in my fucking eye. Well, let's see. Would you finish on my face or in my mouth?
Ooh.
Because if you shoot me in the eye, I'm going to charge more.
Right.
Oh
So
my
it's-
god.
You gotta clean up after.
Well, yeah, it's a mess, and if you get in, it does hurt if you get in the eye.
I can believe it.
Because it's salt and shit. It fucking burns your eye.
That makes sense.
So if you're gonna facial versus, oral cream pie.
I mean, personally, I don't think I'd change the price at that point.
No,
Because at that point, I mean, you're already doing the dirty.
fair enough. I think. Okay, I'll put a price for both. I think just because I view the whole, whatever, it's sucking a dick. Who cares?
Mhm.
I would still keep it at that G. But if you were gonna finish on my face, it's 2, because if you hurt my fucking eye, I've had jalapeno in my eye. I'm not doing that again with your spicy.
Never again.
Absolutely not.
Well, if we're gonna go with spicy dicks, now that's a question. Does eating jalapenos and shit make it spicy?
I think that's
Become
another
spicy.
topic for another time.
Another time? Alright, that's fair.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back, Dan.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
One needed to vent.
Mm-hmm. So, as we were talking about, to wrap up the podcast, because you're not getting out of this,
Nope.
Daniel, how much, at a minimum, would I have to pay you to suck my dick?
It sounds, this is gonna sound weird, but for you guys, it would be a whole lot more.
Really?
What
Even
the
other
fuck?
way. Interesting.
Because I wouldn't be able to look at you guys in the face ever again.
You wouldn't have to.
Oh my god.
Eye contact is key.
It would just be weird, and I honestly don't know if I would be able to do it.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's fair.
Well, Tyler said that he would suck me off for
10
What?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
geez.
caught that. I
One
caught all the rest of that.
fifth. So clearly Tyler's a better friend, but that's fine. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, now that the blowjob story is resolved, I think we can close out the podcast.
Hooray! Glad that we came back for less than 5 minutes.
Holy shit. Dan, you've been gone for
I know, it was like
1.5
33
hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will close the podcast. Let's see, how can we close this out?
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Thank you all for stopping by for our first official episode of We Could Cast.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Was the other one like a pre-episode?
I mean,
Pre-episode?
Episode 0.
it's like episode 0, just testing mics and figuring out stuff. It figured to be recorded and put up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that outro was good.
Yeah.
Anybody last words?
In the immortal words of Brian W. Foster, creepy ain't a crime. Stay turned, my friends.
Get ripped.
Get right.